I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P, and a lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
We'll keep this learning train going. I told you we got a packed show today. So in right now, without further ado, let me move on to our civil rights attorney out of Philadelphia, Kevin Mincey. Welcome to the program.
What up, bro?
What's good with you? I'm going to take this down and put your billings up. There we go.
I thought you were going to talk about entry-level luxury, but I guess we're going to talk about Jared Chauvin instead.
We can do that as well. I don't even know what that is.
Maybe if we got time at the end.
I was at a high-end thrift store the other day. That's a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it's all in your approach. That's all. But no, very quickly, I know you're a busy man. I woke this morning to see that Derek Chauvin is out. They said he posted bail, but I saw a headline. This is why I called you. I saw a headline that evaporated, and the rest of the day, I didn't see it no more. Mm-hmm. And they said he posted a non-cash bail.
Okay.
Right?
Non-cash?
Well, I forgot the word that they used. But
cash the bail bond, right? Looks like, when I looked at it, looked like he hired a bail bonds company, or someone on his behalf hired a bail bonds company to post bond. I don't want to cut you off in your question, but I can explain.
Well, then the second, the headlines I saw the rest of the day, and on Twitter, and the article that I read, it was like he had an option, right? So he took the one with options. So he could have posted 1.2 million, right, but he took the million with option. And part of the option was, you got to show up to every court date. We got to take your ammo and your guns from the crib. You can't leave the crib, blah, blah, blah. So there's a couple questions. What is a non-cash bail bond? And why would he take that option versus the 1.2? Because it wasn't his money.
Right. So I'll say that the first part, the non-cash bond, is like many jurisdictions, they allow you to post bond with a bail bonds company. So a bail bonds company is really someone that stands in place of you at bail. So essentially, this Chauvin needed to post $100,000 in cash to meet $1 million bail. And so what a bail bonds will do, that's 10% of what.
Right.
What a bail bonds do would be like, look, I'll charge you 7%. You give me, X amount of dollars down, and then they're making monthly payments, and then ultimately paying, more than what the bail bonds company will put up. Bail bonds company say, okay, cool, you gave me, $7,000, and there's a surety of, your property or whatever to back up the fact that if he disappears, okay, I'll be able to come in and get my cash, right? Because when you're standing in for bail, you're basically saying if this person doesn't show up, I'm going to pay the $1 million sued out bail for this person who failed to appear. And so you want to make sure that you're going to have something that can back up that note that you're writing. It's just like getting a loan.
Right.
And so that's essentially what somebody on behalf of Chauvin did. Now, Minnesota doesn't publish the information of who posts the bond through the bail bonds company,
okay,
private company, so they don't have to give up that type of information. So the bail bonds company is on the hook for the bail. Some group, person, individual ended up giving that money to a bail bonds company and having them post bail. Yeah,
because that would make the most sense for you to maintain your privacy.
Right.
It's only, and I say only 100,000 because there are some groups that were raising money for him on Facebook instantly. So yeah.
They only raised like $4,000 or $5,000. Like there wasn't a whole lot of support for that. So
really,
at least some of the Twitter articles that I read.
Okay.
My thing is, and Twitter is considered a source, but
right.
He was going to get out as soon as he could raise that money, and it took him all this time
to
get that money pay it. Like there ain't no strategy or there's no reason to sit in jail chilling. I guess you're getting time credit, but for someone like Chauvin who's facing the charges he is, like you don't want time credit. You want to win and you want to get out. So
what do you think about the fact that early on his wife filed for divorce and asked for the house? Do you think that was a move that set up this move?
Well, I think that's a couple things. He's also charged with tax evasion. And so that's a way for her, hopefully, maybe, to be able to protect some of their assets. So when I looked at the articles and they were talking about the assets that they have, a second home in Florida, there's some other, entry-level luxury items that they have or whatever.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
And so, she's trying to shield herself from that liability that he's not going to face for underreporting his income for making something like $100,000 a year as like a side security guy.
Right.
So in that situation where it looks like obviously it's looking bad for him, even in the best case scenario, maybe he does some years in jail, and maybe he doesn't do 20 or 30, but maybe he does some years in jail. So this frees her up to be able to try and protect some of the assets. Now maybe there is true marital discord, and maybe she really don't like him, but it's definitely a convenient time to file.
Yeah, right. And you would think, it struck me as weird because I was like, in these circumstances, you would think that she'll ride it out, at least now, because that whole thing about the wife can't testify if he came home and said some things or did some things, but as an ex-wife, she could.
Well, that's mostly a federal court protection. Like, a lot of states don't really have that marital privilege, although it's not likely that you're going to force someone's wife to come in and testify. But I really think that's a money grab to me. He's on his own clearly on this criminal defense, and obviously he's got some wealthy backers who are willing to put up cash for at least his bail. And I'm sure he won't be represented by the public defender's office in Minnesota.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it's a classic move by those folks. They always going to protect the money, man.
Yeah, and I feel like he's in position now. Now that I'm hearing all of this stuff, he might even be the one that takes the fall out of everybody that won't. He might be the one that for the whole summer, the summer 2020 will come down on his head, and he'll take that fall. But John Watson says dollar bet that he gets convicted and sentenced on the tax evasion and doesn't do a day for murder. Incredible.
I think there's a good possibility he could get convicted of third degree reckless killing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will take that bet with Mr. Watson, and I will take his dollar with no impunity.
Yeah, but it might give him time served. So yeah, I might have to push on that one.
Exactly.
So I didn't read the article that you read. What are the entry level?
Now entry level luxury, man, is why I think Ruth Chris is trending today, man, because people call Ruth Chris entry level luxury as far as a restaurant.
Oh, I missed that one.
I couldn't really argue.
I mean, but that's about right though.
I think it just depends on the location that you go to. I think any of these, like if you go to maybe the flagship Ruth's Chris, maybe it's super tight on the water somewhere or whatever. Yeah. But like you could go to the one here in Philadelphia is just like, I mean, real regular. I'm like, it might as well be a Tuesday.
But I gotta be on the other side of that. I feel like it's at what stage in life you're in.
Oh, that's fair.
Because if steaks was a thing to me, I thought steaks was rich people food. When I was young, until I started eating them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's luxury. Like at the beginning, I think steaks are luxury. You'd be like, no, man, Ruth Chris, that's where it's at. I mean, it is. For the long time, I didn't know Red Lobster was a cheap restaurant. For the longest, I used to love Red Lobster, and everybody right now giving me judgment and scrutiny. Who didn't?
You everybody did. Everybody
Of course. It was an occasion when you went there.
Yeah.
I'd never been to Ruth's Chris until I was a grown adult.
Yes, that's my point. Yeah, so that is entry level luxury. There's a lot.
Entry level. Like when I was like, oh damn, Ruth's Chris, it's the shit. And then I was like, okay. Yeah,
any place to me before I really got the hang of it and started hanging with professional people with jobs. Right. I didn't realize, it was weird to me that you order your side separate family style. I was like, who's doing that?
A cart? I'm like, whoa,
get out of here. It should come with the meal. But no, back to before I let you go, back to Chauvin. So why do you think he picked that second option that had all those restrictions? Because he went the one he can afford, or?
Exactly, man. As soon as he got to that $100,000 number, he's like, I don't care if I can't be a cop no more. I don't care if I can't carry my gun. He's white. He's a white man. He's safe. He don't need a gun. He's good, man. So as soon as he got that money, he put it up and popped out of jail, man. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. Anything else exciting that you're working on? Weird, crazy since the last time?
Nothing weird, man, but quietly creeping down there in the DC, man. We just opened up a little office. We got some business down there, man. So some things are percolating, man.
Wait a minute. Wait. You got to slow walk that. You just threw that out there. Who's we? The firm?
The firm. We got a little office in Washington now. Like we're taking selective. We're being real selective.
Okay. Selective with the location. What does that mean? You want to be close to crime, or
No,
like how does that
selective
work?
with the cases, meaning like, you know, I don't have a whole lot of time to be making extra trips down to DC for your shoplifting cases.
Got it.
You
Right.
know what I mean? But like, if something serious happens, then like, yeah, we'll come down there and do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's major, man. Round of
Yeah.
applause for that. Okay. What the firm? Mincey Fitzross.
Mincey Fitzpatrick Ross.
Oh,
The
Fitzpatrick.
the website is minceyfitzross.com. So yeah, check us out, man. Civil rights, personal injury. We do a little medical malpractice. We do a whole lot of stuff, man. So hit us
Oh,
up.
that's dope. What's the the timetable for like being up and running in this area?
We got an office down there now, 1300 I Street. Just open it up. So I mean, look, duty calls, then we'll come running.
Okay.
That's it.
That's what's up, man. I didn't even know, man. That's big. Yeah, exactly. We gotta do some lives. You know what I mean? From out front of Judiciary Square, just because of the name.
I like it.
Because of the name. All right, I appreciate it, Jack.
All right, man. Appreciate
Take it
you.
easy.
Take care.
I don't care if it is a closet. You still looking mad official.